Good morning, everybody. How are you? Good. Excellent. Thank you. Appreciate you all coming out here on this beautiful morning here in Penacook for our gazebo dedication and recognition of Poulin Park reopening here. I want to thank the American Legion for providing our flags, and if you would all first join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Comrades, hand salute. Two.
Thank you. We are here on a beautiful day, and I think that's a great omen and a wonderful culmination of this project, which has been going on for some time now. But thanks to a lot of dedicated folks, we made it happen. First, I'd like to recognize some people we have here with us today from city staff. I notice we have Thomas Bell, our city manager. Susie Pegg, our Economic Development Director. There she is back there, brand new. Wave. Hi, Susie. Thank you. And we also have several city councilors here today. I see Councilor Champlin is here. Councilor Shurtleff is here. Councilor Kredovic. We have Councilor Grady Sexton. And yes, and Councilor Kennison. Thank you very much. And did I miss anybody? I think I got everybody. Yes. I got her. Exactly. You read my mind. And our former Ward 1 City Councilor, Liz Blanchard, came all the way down from York, Maine to be with us. Where's Liz? There she is. Thank you, Liz. And for those of you who don't know, Liz's political career that you may have thought was over when she left Concord, no. She has recently been elected Select Woman of York, Maine. So congratulations, Liz, for that. And also some folks from the chamber here as well. I wanted to mention we have Tim Sink and Kathy Bacon, I believe, are here. So thank you very much. Appreciate you coming out as well. I really think this is a great addition to the village. It's really, when you look at this gazebo, the way I see it, it's a placemaker. And it tells residents and visitors that they're somewhere special. And it also shows that folks really care about their community when you see something like this. So I just wanted to run through a little bit of the history for those of you who aren't familiar. Why a new gazebo? We had road reconstruction. Behind us, the roundabout had to be built. We needed the space. The gazebo had to be moved. Unfortunately, structurally, it wasn't able to accommodate the move. So what we did instead was decided to build a new one. And thankfully, with the help of a lot of volunteers and contributors, we do have the new gazebo. The Penacook Village Association and its members, I really have to give a big shout out to them. They in particular owed a great thanks for their effort of coordinating the construction of the new gazebo. That includes getting the contributors and going out and doing a lot of the fundraising and so forth. And I really don't think that this would have been possible without them. So thanks, a big round of applause for the Penacook Village Association. So the other question is why here? What is this spot? What is the significance of this, and why is it called Poulin Park? Well, part of the reason that folks actually wanted to recreate the gazebo, rebuild the gazebo here, was in memory of David G. Poulin, who died in 2001. He was always a great supporter of parks and of the gazebo. And Dave was affectionately known, for those of you who remember, as the mayor of Penacook. He was a city councilor representing Ward 1, just as I am now, for 10 years, and he served the community as a New Hampshire state legislator, Penacook Community Center board member, and some of you may remember him as a real estate agent as well. So for all of Dave's hard work and his dedication to the City of Concord and the village of Penacook, this park was named after him. So in absentia, I would like to give us a round of applause for Dave Poulin for all of his hard work. And I want to thank you again for coming out and your support of Penacook. And another person who, in fact, has always, it's no secret, been a huge supporter of Penacook is here to give us a few words. That's our very own mayor, the Honorable Jim Bouley. Thank you, Jim.
Good morning, everyone. So you should all be a little nervous. I came without notes, so this should be fun. How's that? That's right. Well, first of all, good morning. Another great day in the city, right? It is. Right. Mr. Spell said he took care of the weather today, so I give him full credit. All right. Anyway, so it's really special to be able to be here. This gazebo is, I think, as Councilor Todd summarized, it's really sets a place in the community offset, and it's a place to gather, and I think it really is fitting for the village. And these things don't just happen, so I think the fact that you recognize the PVA is really important. What a wonderful group of folks that bring the village together, and this would not have happened without their support. You know, it is special to be here in Poulin Park. Gentlemen. I was able to serve with Dave for several years, and you know, he had a vision. I think he had a passion for Penacook that set a very high bar, and it was great to be able to serve with so many great representatives from Penacook, from Bill Verino to Steve Sherliff at large to Liz. The years we spent together, and I can tell you I learned a whole lot from Liz, to our wonderful Brent Todd today. But Dave he set a high bar for everyone. Wow. Did you guys order all the trucks to go by at the same time? So, but Dave did. As I said, he had a real vision and I think a real passion for Penacook. But one of the things I wanted to share with you, I'll tell you a little story. Dave also had a really good sense of humor. He was a lot of fun. So, you just bear with me. I was in Ward 10, which I sat on the end, one end, and Dave, being Ward 1, or Ward A at one time, he sat on the other end. So, we're in the late 90s, and those times, do you remember when cell phones first came out? Right? Those big clunky things. So Dave was really proud of the fact that he went out and he got one of these new cell phones, okay? Well, I actually got one too, and we were the only two in the council that had these phones. Those are the days before we had caller ID and such, so you got to picture this. That's why I really like, Dave had a good sense of humor. One day we decided, Dave had his phone on the table and I would dial his number. And he'd get up and he got all nervous. He'd go outside because he didn't want to interrupt the meeting. And as soon as he walked out the door, I'd hit end. And he'd walk back in. He'd sit back down and we'd dial his number again. So you all think the real business is going on at city council meetings? We were laughing so hard. And the poor guy had such a great sense of humor. He goes, I'm going to get you back. So Dave was a wonderful guy. I loved serving with David. And I couldn't think of a better name. He truly was Mayor of Penacook. So. It is great. Thank you again, and I will love to introduce Al.
Great. Thank you. Can everybody hear me all right? No. Good morning, everyone. I want to thank everyone for coming out today. This is a fantastic turnout. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Al Brack, and I am the president of the Penacook Village Association. I've been on the board for 2 years now. This is certainly an exciting day here in Penacook. It's been a long time coming, but we finally completed the reconstruction of the gazebo. Yay! I'm certainly excited to be part of rededicating this gazebo to Dave Poulin and Poulin Park, and actually doing the ribbon cutting today to gift this back to the city. As Brent and the mayor mentioned, Dave Poulin was very well known in this community. He did an awful lot here. I knew Dave personally, so I can attest to that, and I'm sure he would be extremely pleased today to see the completion of this reconstruction project. I'm not sure how many of you know, but this project, from what I understand, has been going on since 2013. Brent mentioned the road construction. When that started, the crews tore down the old gazebo. So back at that time, there was an interested group here in Penacook, some concerned community members, and they said, we're going to get together and reconstruct that gazebo, and they formed the Friends of Poulin Park. So at that time, what developed after that was some funding issues. So that's where the Penacook Village Association came into play. And we assisted with the funding mechanism, and over time ended up taking on the full completion of this project. So we've got a lot of people to thank. This new gazebo was really built with the generous support of many area businesses, many volunteers, and a lot of donations from the public. So I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize some people here today, and some that may not be here, and to include many from the PVA, which played a huge role in the reconstruction of this gazebo. I'd first like to start by introducing the Board of Directors for the Penacook Village Association. The first, Brent Todd, Vice President. If you could please raise your hand when you're called. Terry Maxwell, our Treasurer. Lynn Raleigh, our Secretary. Steve Shirtliff. Kathy Bush, President Emeritus. Paula Miner, she's not here today, she's traveling. I know she wanted to be here, but I'm sure she's having a good time. And our newest board member, Deb Newell. Thanks. I'd like to personally thank, from the Penacook Village Association, the local businesses and volunteers, and the many donations we received from the public. Without that, this just wouldn't have been possible. I'd like to recognize some folks that originally started this project. A gentleman named Bill Smith. He was originally the Penacook Village Association Vice President and Chair of this project. Is Bill Smith here by any chance? No. Okay. When he left the Penacook Village Association, Ray Miner took over and continued with this project, and I'd like to recognize Ray, and I don't know if he's here today. Thank you, Ray. Rick Jakes from the Penacook Historical Society. He was the one who constructed the original thermometer here in town to monitor the fundraising. And I'd also like to recognize and thank the original Friends of Poulin Park and the community who originally initiated this project here today. A big thanks to the city for setting aside some funding for this project, and specifically city engineer Ed Roberge for all his help coordinating this project. Thank you. As I finish up, the folks that got their hands dirty and did a lot of the construction work, I'd like to recognize the first, Jason Lacombe, for the architectural planning. I know he's here today. Joe Spain of J.H. Spain, he did the actual construction of this gazebo, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Matt McCurley from MDM Construction. Matt put a lot of work in installing the patio and the memorial bricks, and if you purchased one, make sure it's here. They look fantastic. Is Matt here today? Okay. I'd like to thank all the folks that actually purchased a memorial brick. I'd like to thank somebody who's taken part in maintaining the flowers around here, putting in some irrigation, has done a fantastic job. Bob Gabrielli. We have a lot of volunteers in this community, and some of them aren't always known to everybody, but the town, the village here looks fantastic. As I came over this morning to make sure things were getting ready, one of the gentlemen here in town, Dave Duhamel, was mowing the lawn, and he takes that upon himself to do it without being asked. Thank you, Dave. Is he still here? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I'm pretty much done. We have some refreshments today. I'd like to thank Deb Newell and Terry Maxwell for doing the refreshments. Please help yourself when we're done. And finally, I'd like to thank the American Legion for the presentation of the flag ceremony today. Fantastic. Thank you. With that said, it's a time to turn this gazebo over to the city, and I guess we're ready to do the ribbon cutting.
Amanda.
that's okay.
Limbo in there?
Just the cord. Yeah, I just want to get the cord out of it.
You know what? Want to do some behind or some on the side? Yeah, all right, I'm going to run this. Kathy, can you help me?
Yes, if you all come in kind of almost in between
Does everybody know
those pillars.
Kathy? Kathy's my personal manager. How about some of you?
I don't want to do
All right, you got to angle it like it's a wedding. All right, come on. Hey, all right. I get my money's worth every time I play.